Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy with another Starcraft 2 replay. As once again we have a strong engagement in between two of the best Zergs in the world right now. So let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. As we have spawning here in the lower left, in the red, it is SERRAL from Finland, and his opponent spawning here in the upper right, in the blue, it is Dark. So Zerg versus Zerg it is. Let's just see exactly if there's going to be a difference in the build order. Some Zergs like to go for that fast spawning pool, but most Zergs actually go for a fast expansion, and by the looks of it, Dark does exactly that. And let's have a look at SERRAL really quick. So drones and the second overlord is out. Same can be said here for SERRAL. This is also going into two drones, and this should be the expansion drones, perhaps just a couple of 1 second faster here than Dark. So yeah, perhaps even a millisecond faster here than Dark. So pretty standard stuff by both players. Opening up very standard here, not deciding to go for harassment build order with a fast spawning pool. Pretty straightforward, as the overlords also make their way out here on the map. So spawning here on ASL Hardwire, very interesting map. Let's just see what the next build order is going to be. Gas for SERRAL, and there is his spawning pool. Let's check Dark, same thing for here. So it's pretty much the same build order for both of them. Let's see exactly when there's going to be a difference into this matchup and what exactly is going to happen. It's currently both of them pretty much decided to do the same build orders, and we're also going to check the 2 minute and 30, 2 minute and 40 second mark, just in case both players will very likely go for an expansion, or perhaps are we going to go into some other buildings, perhaps a Banings next, perhaps a Roach Warrant. Queens will also be an option, perhaps massive amounts of queens. And yeah, let's just see what they will prepare for us. And of course, if you're a Zerg player, there's lots of lessons here to be learned. You can also see the production tab in the upper left part. The first queens are now being spawned, more and more drones, so you can of course learn the Zerg versus Zerg build order here on this channel. So yeah, first drone is mining, the queen is being spawned. Same here for SERRAL, some drones are being transferred. So right now, like I told you, pretty much the same build order. Even speed is being also doubled, being done here by both players, as the overlords do get some scouting information. And the first Zerglings are also here out on the map, just 2 of them, perhaps just to be a little bit of annoying, perhaps just snipe a drone or 2. But yeah, right now both players just meeting up each other. So 2 Zerglings, but they might transition into something else really soon. And we see now the other expansions that are also being lifted here. So right now, almost a 3 minute mark, both players playing exactly like in the mirror. Perhaps a small advantage here for SERRAL, as is already damaging here the expansion. More and more of those Zerglings do come out, but SERRAL already having 6 Zerglings in total, and they're damaging this one expansion. At the same time, Dark staying at only 2 Zerglings, and he's going into a Banings nest. So faster Banings nest here for Dark, and actually SERRAL not going into any Banings nest, so this might indicate to us that Dark is going to be a little bit more aggressive. Yes, indeed, he's spawning more and more of those Zerglings, so we might see him rush out really quick onto the map versus SERRAL. At the same time, SERRAL also having quite a large number of Zerglings here. They are going also towards this expansion point by Dark. So let's see, the first Banning is being spawned. More and more Zerglings to pull here forward, but there are 2 queens in the next proximity to defend. Same time, SERRAL tries of course to run by here, so let's see what's going to happen. So many Zerglings, the Banings nest is being spotted, and SERRAL looks like it's going to decide to retreat a little bit. He tried to surround this one queen, but in the end he has to retreat, and the first Banings are also out here. So the Banings nest is just right now being finished by SERRAL. Let's see what's going to happen. Dark tries to go for a surround, but I believe he's just going for a run by, so he's heading straight towards the economy here from SERRAL. Also tried a trap here versus SERRAL, but SERRAL really fast to react. And yeah, now he's just going for a nice surround maneuver, but at the same time in comes SERRAL. So it is first a Banings, so we have a Banings versus Zerglings matchup here by both players. So quite intense early Zerg versus Zerg, very micro intense gameplay. Some Banings do get some connection, but just one Banning versus the other. A nice wall off being done in a good surround here by SERRAL. Actually, that was Dark versus the queen from SERRAL, and now some damage is going to be taken by this one hatchery. So like I told you, very balanced game, very nice harassment here, lots and lots of actions here versus the 2 Zergs. As of course the observers, the overlords are really important, just to give vision. And yeah, more and more Banings will be sniped. One Baning tries to get out, many Banings tries to get out some good connections. Great micro here by both players. Notice how only one Zerg is being left to take care of those Banings. So yeah, still a very good game here by both players, and still more Zerglings are being spawned, and even 3 queens here for SERRAL. So SERRAL looking like he's going into more defensive position. Of course the queens are a little bit more tankier against those Banings, and let's see what's going to happen. So many Banings are still roaming around, so many Zergs are still chasing themselves all over the map, just like a cat and mouse game. Perhaps with some Benny Hill music it would be a little bit more interesting. Okay, let's just see. The hatchery is already taking quite some damage. Some Banings to get some connection, but the queens are getting into that, and also nicely defending here. One lucky queen makes it out here alive. Dark will try to snap this one. SERRAL is nicely microing it out of danger, but in the end it might fall. Yes indeed. So yeah, crazy connections here by both players. Nice micro of course. And yeah, the Banings do get more and more kills here as we have passed the 6-minute mark. So yeah, now Dark pretty much retreating. He's just very likely going to transition into some roaches as his roach warrant has been finished. And yeah, upgrades do go out, so let's see what exactly is going to happen as more and more Zerglings do pull here forward. We see the army from SERRAL a little bit more higher here, but he has of course so many queens. Actually he's the one making those roaches, so the roaches of course much more tankier unit against those Banings and against those Zerglings. Some Zerglings do make it here forward, but in the end they won't be able to snipe any units. And a nice wall of here being prepared by SERRAL with an evolution chamber, roach warrant, and the Baning's nest. So roaches it is indeed here for SERRAL finally. Now Dark also transitioning into some roaches. Let's check the workers really quick. SERRAL having more workers here than Dark. So let's see when exactly is he going to attack, but Dark always leaves some Zerglings behind. Tries to get some connections here versus his enemy. Leaves some Zergling to take care of those Banings, but yeah, the micro is just really intense. Very fast here by both players. And yeah, at the same time SERRAL also roaming around here. This expansion point from Dark shows his presence, so he's not going to allow him to move out. And yeah, more and more roaches are all of a sudden being produced. SERRAL at 9 roaches that are being produced. The upgrades also go out, and yeah, SERRAL also going for his weapons 1 upgrades here. And still a major attack is about to get happen really soon. Some 4 drones have been sniped here against SERRAL, so it might have been some Zerglings or a Baning who have made it here through. So nice job here by Dark, but in the end, yeah, Dark now having more workers than SERRAL. So Dark all of a sudden just transitioning to more and more workers. He's playing it a little bit more defensively, of course. Leave some Zerglings here to roam around just in case SERRAL wishes to attack. He has a force here to attack and to counter that attack. But yeah, so many roaches all of a sudden here for SERRAL. And let's just check the main from Dark. Not quite the same amount of roaches as well here, so pretty nice stuff here by both players. By this SERRAL has a little bit more of an army here, so let's see when exactly is he going to attack, or still he's just roaming around securing here his expansion. Then can be set here for Dark, of course, also going to secure his expansion. So slowly but steadily we're closing at the 10-minute mark. A quite fast game here, very micro intensive game here by both players, as yeah, more and more upgrades and even more and more roaches. But we do have a difference. We see now a Spire, so SERRAL is very likely going to go for some Mutalisk, as we're about to find out. Mutalisk, of course, very fast. Might try to take out some of the workers. Perhaps this is going to get scouted by Dark really soon, as he might try to transition into more and more of those roaches and even Ravagers, so he might try and attack really soon. So the Spire is finished, and the first Mutalisk are all being produced. So 6 Mutalisk are being produced here by SERRAL. I believe this just to harass the mineral line from Dark. Yeah, some Ravagers are here, but they are the only anti-air force against SERRAL. Yeah, let's see what those 6 Mutalisk will be doing. 7 Mutalisk are still being produced. And yeah, we might see him attack the first expansion points. There are of course no spores, as Dark is not really expecting here an harassment by those Mutalisks. So now both players just having a lot of vision onto this map. And yeah, they are the first Mutalisk. So now Dark pretty much knows what is coming towards him. Let's see what he's going to react. He's making more Ravagers. Is he going to add some spores? As we're about to find out. No, he's actually just deciding to attack now straight towards the expansion point. So Dark knowing, of course, that those Mutalisks are a big investment here, but the Roach amount of his numbers should be higher than the amount from SERRAL. So here we go. Roaches are nicely being microed here left and right. One hatchery is about to get full, but the Mutalisks are really taking some nice hits here, taking out some of the Ravagers. Dark still feels confident. He still thinks that he has a higher amount of workers. At the same time, 12 workers have been killed here against SERRAL, but yeah, Dark pretty much on the retreat now, as so many Mutalisks are still in the air. There are 7, even 8, if I can count correctly. So nice chop here. At the same time, some Zerglings to pull here forward, take out some of the workers from Dark, but still 58 to 58. But yeah, now Dark pretty much has to find a counter against those Mutalisks. What exactly he's going for? He might transition into Hydras, it could be a possibility. Currently he's going for some spores, as I believe SERRAL is preparing a full launch attack here against the expansion point from Dark. And let's see what's going to happen. Dark also having a good position here, defending really nicely. The Ravagers and the Roaches nicely attacking each other. Some Mutalisks do pull here forward, but the Queens are also here to defend. At the same time, we see the Mutalisks taking care of the supply here from Dark. So interesting job here by SERRAL, attacking those overlords. I believe he just wants to supply block here Dark. So SERRAL pretty much out supplied now. He has maximum amount of supplies, more and more of an army here against Dark. So let's see, Dark is going to be able to hold this attack for a long time. But yeah, those Mutalisks are still roaming around, and still more and more overlords are getting sniped. So SERRAL with a nice transition into some Mutalisks just to cause some chaos. And it looks like it's going to work out for him, or is it? Dark still has some Queens behind to defend. And yeah, now some drones have been damaged here, some Queens are attacking, but the extractor is about to fall. At the same time, SERRAL now moves here forward versus Dark. Dark tries to split his troops, of course, just to attack from the left and the right, just to have a good position. And yeah, still 8 Mutalisks, now it's actually 7 here in the air. The Queens have to stay back and defend, and now we see some Banings. A nice move here by SERRAL with those Banings. But yeah, the Roaches are nicely kiting back and forth, still some Banings getting some great connections. So SERRAL feels quite confident here to attack Dark. Dark on the high ground this time. Some reinforcements are coming in. Still the Queens are also nicely attacking, so SERRAL a little bit exposed here, a little bit surrounded here by Dark. So the reinforcements are nicely pouring here forward by both players, but Dark of course with a lower hatchery here is about to lose this one hatchery, but in come the Mutalisk in the air. They also will try to snipe some units, so much action going on here. Dark taking now damage out of those Mutalisk. He did defend really well. In the end, his hatchery has fallen, so nice job here by SERRAL, taking out that hatchery, and even more overlords will fall here against Dark. But those Mutalisks seem to be a great transition here for SERRAL. Nice surprise here against his opponent, against Dark, as even 4 overlords will get sniped. So Dark not having speed done for those overlords, as yeah, those Mutalisks will also give some great vision. Now they have to retreat, but hold on, the real action is happening here, of course, and Dark has to GG out as SERRAL with a nice transition into those Mutalisks. I believe that was the winning move here, taking Dark by surprise with those Mutalisks. And interestingly enough, he did not attack the economy here from SERRAL, but he attacked those overlords. So he really wanted to keep Dark supply blocked, and in the end, Dark not having that speed being done for those overlords. Overlords were a quite great catch for those Mutalisks. In the end, only 7 Mutalisks it was here for SERRAL. Roach Ravagers indeed, and at the same time, let's not forget that SERRAL opened the way, opened the floodgates for those Banings to get some good connections against those Roaches and the Ravagers for Dark. So nice interesting Zerg versus Zerg we had here. Very great connections, and a nice lesson: if you're a Zerg, you can of course surprise your opponent with some Mutalisk, and yeah, just snipe, interesting enough, just the overlords, not the economy from the enemy. So just to keep him at bay, just to keep him as low as of a supply as possible. So nice job here by SERRAL taking this game. A nice Zerg versus Zerg here on Hardwire. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be seeing, of course, in the next replays. This is Tommy signing out.